host, Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce. And the fall is officially here, so you know when it's fall, means the holidays are coming, and means we get set decorations. So we're starting off with fall with a little pumpkin, and the next time you see us, we'll probably have a witch or something for Halloween as we get closer. But lots of fun going on at the Chamber, things happening. We've got Valley of Lights sponsorships, parade applications for the Holiday Festival of Lights. We're planning the Flying High Turkey Drive and everything else. It's crazy times, but it's a lot of fun. Got to welcome Katie Swan, our new Membership Services Manager. She's here in the house visiting with us today, but stop by the Chamber and visit with Katie. And of course, we've had Kim now since July, and it's just a whole new vibrant attitude at the Chamber, and I want you to stop by and join us. But meanwhile, our first guest today is Carmen Frederick, who is the Executive Director for PASS, or known as Prescott Area Shelter Services, one of my favorite organizations. I've been a supporter of them since I think 2006 when I first got here.
Yeah, forever.
And supported you and continued on and watched you grow and be so successful. Carmen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So you got a lot of things going on. First of all, we talk about your growth and your success. You're having an open house to share that with everybody.
Yes, we are. We're having an open house on October 20th from 1 to 4. It's a chance for the community and community partners to walk through the shelter,
Yes.
have a tour, see all of the programs we offer, see our campus, which is really, it brings it to life really for people, and meet our board of directors, some volunteers and staff.
Yes.
So it'll be a good.
You generally have this every year, though, do you not?
We do. We started having this a few years back, and we just kept it an annual event.
Right. Now,
So-
didn't you just do some major renovations in there? I mean, I follow you on Facebook, so I'm always seeing the pictures you're posting of the work you're
Yeah.
doing over there. And you did some major work in the kitchen?
We did. We had a kitchen remodel done, a couple years ago, actually. Our most recent project was the addition above our community room, which added 2 bedrooms and a bathroom.
That was it.
For women with boys 12 and older. But the kitchen remodel, our floor remodel, and our community addition has been just amazing for the women living there and the children. It just made it cleaner, safer, more sanitary, and it added more space for those teenage boys and then they didn't have to break up with their moms and
There's
split
no place
up.
for them to go, especially
Yeah.
at that age. It's kind of it's a great age, obviously, teenagers. But then again, where can they go when there's not little kids and you're with your mom? So
Right.
I totally get it. Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So all this will be open at the open house to be able to view.
Yes.
How many women do you have currently at the shelter?
We can serve up to 28 women and children, and we're close to being full. I think we have a couple of beds open, but we always maintain a wait list, and we ask women or anybody referring a woman to call ahead because we don't know if that bed has been spoken for. We do a lot of phone screenings and getting to know their situation and seeing if we have that bed available, and then we bring them in, and normally we are always full.
Yes.
So calling ahead is really important. That way somebody doesn't show up at our doorstep, which has happened, and then we scramble to find a place for them to go.
Yeah, especially as
So-
the weather starts changing and it's getting colder, the circumstances change too, and people stopping by too.
Right,
So, again, upstairs too, does that include what your upstairs addition is too for the number of women you have there?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
28 total.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, open house, come by from 1 to 4. Where are you located?
We're at 336 North Rush Street, and that's right off of Sheldon by Yavapai College, so very easy to find.
Yes. Now, you're also, we're talking forward because you do a lot of fundraisings necessary to provide the services that you do. I know you do have grants, but you don't have any specific dedicated funding. So fundraising is a big deal. And this year, the Festival of Trees that is now being kind of changed over and has a new look, is hosting it, is producing it.
Right.
By Tana Falk, and the organization is...
It is
You could tell me.
Starstruck Event Planning.
Event planning, but PASS will be the beneficiaries of proceeds for that event.
Yeah, we were approached recently, and we're like, yes. The Festival of Trees is an amazing event in the community. I think it's a few years old here, but it's done nationwide, and it's really meant to, it's meant to bring a Christmas feel event to the community by looking at beautifully decorated Christmas trees, wreaths, and ornaments that you can bid on. And all of the proceeds they make, it goes to a charity. And we happen to be selected that charity this year. So
That's
we are
exciting.
really, really fortunate that they came to us.
So is there some information out there that someone can call if they want their businesses to be involved, or somebody wants to make a wreath or decorate the tree? I tell you, the first year I was a judge.
You were?
And I loved them. I mean, they were absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I said, I should bid on these trees. I said, oh no, I'm just going to go home and put my normal tree up. Well, then I got my ornaments out and said, I should have bid on a tree. I would have had a brand new, beautiful Christmas tree that was professionally decorated.
I know. That would be so amazing to bring a beautiful tree in that somebody did and you don't have to do it yourself. But
And they do deliver
there's-
it, too.
And they deliver it
They
too.
do.
So it makes
They
it
do.
very easy for somebody to have a beautifully decorated tree.
Right.
And they have a website. It's actually Festival of Trees .prescott.com or festivalofTreesprescott.com.
FestivalofTreesPrescott.com.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So you can be a sponsor, you can be a donor, or you can just be a guest and come on the days. It's from November 18th to the 20th.
right before Thanksgiving holiday.
And it's at the new Sam Hill Warehouse, which I don't know if anybody has gone in there yet. There's been a couple events, but it's a new event place right behind the new Hilton.
Right,
Hotel.
right.
Yeah.
Up but there along Granite Creek, they've redeveloped that whole area by the
Right.
Hilton Garden Inn. So very
It's
nice.
beautiful, yes.
And then one other thing, we're going to throw this one out there, and it's not too early to plan for 2022.
Yes.
And you have your annual tea.
Our annual tea is May Day, May 1st, and it's going to be at the Sam Hill Warehouse as well. So right now you can get on our website and at www.prescottshelters.org, and you can look at our event flyer, and you can, I think we're going to have tickets available for sale at the beginning of the new year.
Right.
So we don't have them quite out yet, but please put that on your calendar. That is our one and only fundraiser event for the year. So it's really important, and 100% of those proceeds benefit the shelter too.
And there's still opportunities, real quick, because we're running out of time, charitable tax credits.
Yes, the tax credits, a single person can give 400, a couple 800, and it's the individual tax credits that really keep us afloat.
Right.
Really helping us provide those programs to the women.
And I know a lot of people are start thinking about, as we get into November, we start looking at our taxes and where can I direct some money, because I know I don't want to pay taxes on it for the
Yeah.
next year. So
Right. I
So-
do it every year.
Prescott Area Shelter
Awesome.
Services. Let's give everybody your contact information and again the date of the open house.
Okay, the open house is October 20th from 1 to 4. We are located at 336 North Rush Street, and our number is 928-778-5933.
Excellent. Carmen Frederick, so good to see you
Good to
all the
see you
time.
too.
So we'll see you at the open house. Carmen
Yes,
Frederick,
awesome.
Executive Director for Prescott Area Shelter Services. Thank you for joining us. Short break and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Community Connections. My next guest is Barbara Moss, who is the Director of Programming and Development for Casa for Kids. Welcome, Barbara. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Marnie.
It's that time of year.
Yes,
Dust
it
off your
is.
Halloween costumes
I
and
know.
get ready to run.
I know. I can't believe it's already been a year since the last time I was here to talk about it. That's crazy.
I know. It's fall. We have our
I
pumpkin out.
know,
It's
I'm very
official now.
themed. I don't have even orange on, but my eyeshadow's a little orange today.
Well, there we go.
So
next time I'll wear my ghost earrings. You
Perfect.
know, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, we have to we theme it out the rest of the
know.
rest of the year.
oh my gosh, so much pressure.
Well, let's talk about costumes for kids and your 5K fun
Yeah.
run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
that's a fun event.
right. So on October 30th, the Yavapai Casa for Kids Foundation will be hosting our annual 5K Costumes for Kids Fun Run. It is more than just the 5K. You will not see me out there running that part. We have the fun run component, and that is where kids or anybody who wants to can go around the plaza at the courthouse down in Prescott. And then costumes are encouraged and welcome. We have a costume contest as well, and that's open to everybody. So what do I say? I say all of you Queens and Kings come out with your costumes and have a chance to win a prize. But really, it all goes to support the foster youth here of Yavapai County.
And tell us how those proceeds benefit the foster youth
Definitely.
through Casa for Kids Foundation.
Great. So we have 9 programs at Yavapai Casa for Kids Foundation, ranging from everywhere from like $25 gift cards, celebration cards for youth, all the way up to Grants for Kids, which is one of our largest programs. And that's where anybody who's working with these youth, including themselves, can write in and request a grant for anything from like bedding and a nightstand all the way up to family vacations, sports registrations, ballet lessons, prom dresses, anything like that. So that's how these support that.
So these are extras,
Yes.
sometimes that are not funded through the foster care system.
Definitely.
To
So
families.
foster youth do, they do get a few things from the state and they get funding from the state, but it's not really sufficient. And so you can shelter and feed and clothe a person, a youth, but that's not really a life.
Right.
And so we really want to celebrate the good moments and we want to help them to supplement and enrich their lives as well. Not just, I go to school, I go to bed, I go to dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you can learn piano, or you can play
Yeah.
sports, or you can be in
Exactly.
scouts or whatever. That quality of life, those
Yeah.
added things, those extracurricular things that are so important.
Exactly.
And then you also
exactly.
have your cupboard at the Family Visitation Center.
We do, yes. So
and that supports that too, right?
yeah, so we have our toy chest, and this is a really cool space inside of our Family Visitation Center. If nobody has, or if you are watching and you haven't come, on October 15th, we actually have an open house. So
Oh, okay.
I encourage everybody to come out and check out our Family Visitation Center. But the toy chest is a really cool place inside of that facility that anybody, again, working with these youth can come and get an emergency need or a celebration gift or anything like that. We have youth who have an emergency or emergency placement, things like that, and they don't have anything. We have things for infants all the way up to gift cards for teenagers, sports equipment, backpacks, tons of backpacks, tons of shoes as well. So if you need shoes for your foster youth, let us know and we can hook you up.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that Family Visitation Center, because we did a ribbon cutting for it several months ago.
Yes.
And I was very honored to be able to see the inside of it. And it's quite a place,
Yeah.
And it's used for what?
So the Family Visitation Center is used for just that, family visitation. So many times when families are separated for whatever reason, the first goal is reunification. We really do want to keep families together. And to ensure the safety of everybody involved, oftentimes it's a supervised visitation, which just means there needs to be somebody there who is supervising. This can be a CASA, this is a third party, anything like that. But what they were doing is they were going to McDonald's, they were going to the park, they were going to the library. Well, it's hot in Arizona, it's cold in Arizona, and libraries, the number one rule is you're not supposed to talk.
Yes.
So there really wasn't a space for these emotions to happen. So our community, our board members, saw a need for a family visitation center, and families can come there and use the four age-specific rooms, the great space, the kitchen, the outside space. I mean, it truly resembles a home, and it's a really, really cool thing that
It's great.
is offered.
It makes a
Yeah.
difference. It makes
Yeah.
a difference. Not
It
the
does.
cold, not that we don't like McDonald's or
Right.
hamburger's good anytime. It's
Yeah.
it's the fact it feels so transient. Where this feels
Exactly.
like more, you can make a connection and really talk.
Right.
So that I just wanted to share a little bit about that,
Yeah.
because that's just an amazing place. So again, there's an open house on October the 15th. What are the
Yes.
hours on that?
I think it's 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
But more information is always on our social media pages.
And that is
Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is Yavapai Casa for Kids Foundation. Instagram is YC4KF.
and now let's go back to the costumes for
Yes.
kids.
Yes.
So you've been doing this for quite a few years. It's a real special event. I like it that
Yeah.
it's sandwiched. That's a Halloween weekend.
Yes.
So Saturday, October the 30th, it starts at 10 o'clock. Friday night is the Haunting on the Green, and that's at the Prescott Valley Civic Center. So you can do that Friday night.
Yeah.
Get your costume out and get it all worn. And then you can come over here and do this on October 30th. And then
Yeah.
October 31st is than the Safe Trick or Treat at the Findlay Toyota Center. So you can
Yep.
just like put your costume on and wear it all weekend long.
Perfect.
Sometimes you just wear it once. So now
Yeah.
this time you can wear it like 3 times.
Exactly.
So you don't have to run though. You can
Right.
just walk. And then you think about all the kiddos, or they could be in a wagon,
Mm-hmm.
or dress up and have fun and just come on out and support it.
Yeah.
Because it's all about helping the kids in foster care.
But it really is a community event as well. So runners 24 and up are $25, 17 to 23 are $20, but 16 and under run free. So we really, really want you to bring the kids out and everything like that. And then foster and kinship families also run completely free.
Right.
So we just want to bring something to our community and engage with everybody. And again, whatever we're able to raise to support the foster youth, but this is an event for them as well.
And the 5K, it goes out a little further than just the courthouse square.
It does. So we do have a 5K component, and there are prizes for age group winners and everything like that.
I'll come out and do the walk with you.
Right? Yeah, I'll be out there. I gotta find a costume. What are you wearing, Marnie?
Oh, I
You
don't
yet?
know. I'm actually, with Katie and Kim in the office, and they're big holiday
There we go.
Halloween girls too. So
Yeah.
they're coming up with the costume that we're all gonna
There
kind
you
of
go.
do this year.
Aw, well, I
Something we
figured
haven't done in the past. So
I dress up like a witch every day, right? So
that's what they say about me. Wait a minute. it's a Glinda the Good Witch.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Glinda-
Yeah.
Glinda the Good
we'll go
Witch.
there.
Let's also mention, as I mentioned earlier with Paz, and again, you find your passion. I have my passions. Everybody has their different passions, but again, charitable tax credits. You also qualify Casa for Kids Foundation. So people looking at their, tax liability coming up, that perhaps this is where they would want to direct their donations to. So how would your information on that is on your website?
It's on our website, ycfk.org, and that's ycfk.org. And yeah, we're a qualifying foster care charitable organization, so you can donate up to $500 as an individual and $1,000 up to a couple.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, Barbara Moss, Casa for Kids Foundation. Thank you so much. Costumes for Kids happening Saturday, October the 10th, 30th, starting at 10 a.m.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks, Barbara.
Thanks, Marnie.
Short break. We'll be right back here.
Baby, you see, I cannot set you free. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
And welcome back to Community Connections. What's the first thing everybody tells you when you come into a room when you have presentations? Please turn all cell phones off. Well, that ringing in the last segment, that last 5 seconds that I'm going, was my phone. It's like, who's going to call me in the middle of the afternoon? Everybody knows I'm over here with the show. But I apologize for that little ringing we had in that last section, and to Barbara, too, for interrupting our interview. But again, it doesn't take one to learn your lesson here. So joining me now is Mike Kimmel, the Executive Director, and I've got Lisa Brownlee, who is the Discipleship Director for the Agape House Prescott. Welcome. How are you guys?
We are great. Thanks for
Good.
having us.
Good. Well, let's just start it off and let's talk about what the Agape House of Prescott is. Just throw it right to you, and you can tell us the work you do in the community.
Absolutely. We're a long-term transitional program for families. So we take families that are homeless or living in garages, or we had one family living up on Mingus Mountain under a camper shell,
Wow.
people who don't have a common home, apartment, a safe place.
How do these
And-
people come to you?
Sometimes they hear about us directly. Sometimes it may be a social worker, it may be a police officer, a friend, a family member that directs us over to us.
Now, how many families can you accommodate at any given time?
In given time, 7.
Wow.
So we have a whole apartment building, other side of town. Nice apartments. We kept them up. We paint them. We keep them good, furniture and everything.
Yes.
So they can move into a fully furnished, dishes and all, apartment, a clean bed. We just had a family move in, mom and pop, 3 kids, who are basically living in a garage.
Wow.
Come in, and mom's big shock was, wow, I have a bed tonight, a bed of my own,
Oh, my gosh.
instead of a garage floor.
I'm sure that's why you do what you do. The stories like that just make your, heart swell that you're helping somebody.
Oh, you bet. And it's great. So we have a 6 to 9 month program. We put them through, we kind of rebuild. So
Okay.
I call it boot camp. If it was military, which it's not, but we want to rebuild the things that kind of broke along the way And our goal is, 6 to 9 months later, we can put them out of the program. They finish, they've saved up money for an apartment or a place to stay or maybe even a house. And now they're self-sufficient. They've gone from being on one side of society to on the giving back society,
Right.
right? The kids are in school, they're happier. We had the family that just moved in. We saw them last night, and the kids were all fired up. They have a door they can put the little skeleton on for Halloween.
Oh my gosh, it's
So
the
it's-
little things, right?
Sure.
The little things.
Absolutely.
So are there through that period, are they, 'cause sometimes they're working, even though they're homeless, they could be working. So it can be, but if they're not working, do you help them find jobs and you support them in other ways like
I'm
that?
going to throw it to Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa?
Many of our families come in, many are working, or they're in school, or they're working really hard, but they can't afford rent, or they hit a patch in the road. And so they create their own goals, and they spend their time with us working through those goals through the pathway of independence. And so we want them to come and find stability, and then we do life skills training, and through that, they're able to move towards independence and self-sustaining lifestyles. So during their time with us, if they're not already working, they're looking for work, completing college, looking for affordable daycare, affordable housing. And so they've got to work hard, and they have a big list, but many of our families just need that safe place to sleep at night so they can work hard throughout the day.
Right, exactly. I mean, having that roof over your head makes a huge difference on how you can approach the next day. So what,
Yes.
is that what you do over there, Lisa? Is help them with those plans?
Well, actually, I live on property, so I get to oversee just the
Okay.
everyday comings and goings, hanging out on the playground, and we organize our life skill classes. We do faith and finance, love and logic parenting classes, Worth 101. And then we encourage our families to do Celebrate Recovery, AA groups, other things like that. And so I get to walk with our families and really encourage them and meet them on a spiritual and emotional level, praying with them, encouraging them. And then we also have some incredible mentors, and Mike is one of them, and they're the ones that really go to the nuts and bolts and say, what's your paycheck look like this week? What does your budget look like? Have you saved up? Did you go to Celebrate Recovery last week? Did you do this and this? So, and then I support and encourage the mentors that do that with each of our families.
Okay. Well, what does agape mean?
So agape is a Greek word.
Uh-huh.
Word in the Bible, means love. So godly love. So kind of a forgiving, overriding love. So
Right.
not boyfriend girlfriend love, but
No.
the godly type of love.
Right.
And I love it. It says it's this unconditional, extravagant love of God. And we've been called to love God and love our neighbors. And we hope at Agape House, as families come in, they get to experience that love of God, but love from community and Agape House, because that support, those friendships, those are such a key part of
Right.
future success and stability and support.
And then they go out and share it. And they
Exactly.
go out and
Perfect.
share it.
Correct.
So what are your plans? I know we've talked in the past, plans to expand. I mean, the services are, it's sad. It's sad how many people we have that could use that type of house.
Absolutely. I mean, in town right now in Prescott Valley,
Yeah.
there's basically no beds.
No.
So if you're homeless, you're coming out of those situations, domestic abuse, it's tough. There's one or two that pops up here or there. We're looking at another property, possibly on this side of town where I live, but somewhere where there's no room at the inn.
Right,
At Agape.
right. Well, we're looking for you in Prescott Valley.
We appreciate that.
We would love to see you out here and helping our families too. So, again, when you talk about fully furnished home, so do people make donations, and how are you supported financially?
Absolutely. We're so blessed. People give us more than we could ever use. We have stuff coming out of the nicer homes around the Quad Cities here, stuff that I couldn't afford in my house, but just beautiful furniture,
that's
glasses and the plates and all the stuff you need for a home. The sheets, the blankets, the rugs to make it home. I mean, it didn't look like the first apartment my wife and I had.
No.
Some of those, they're nice.
Right.
We did a big, we had a $100,000 matching grant. We have
Wow.
a nice, great donor offered $100,000 to match for the summer, 100 days of summer. Well, we didn't hit 100, we hit 110,000.
Wow.
So this great community
Congratulations.
from little mom and pop to grandma to businesses just really came across for us. It was a blessing this summer.
It's very giving, this community.
And we ask people to pray, give, and serve. And so there's lots of ways to do that. And on the internet, on our website, they can see wish lists and things like that. And it's amazing the abundance of what the community provides. And then when a family moves into their home, some come with a few bags, some may come with furniture. But when they do move to their next long-term housing, they can take all of that and they're ready for their next steps.
Sounds like just positioning for success.
Yes.
We're running out of time. Your website for everybody, more information, Mike and Lisa.
Sure, agapehouseprescott.org.
Agape, that's AGAPE house.org.
Prescott.
Prescott.org. Okay, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you all. We'll see you in 2 weeks.